Ow. Alright guys, for today's video, if you've been paying attention at all to anything car-wise or whatever, what old and was no longer cool is now cool and starting to get very expensive. So what I mean by that is third gens. Yes, my garage is a mess, there's an engine. Third gens, back in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s and stuff, they used to be mocked. It's like, oh, you got that redneck mobile, whatever, blah, 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 you suck. Well, everything 80s and now early 90s is becoming cool again. Now they're considered radwood. I think some dude at Haggerty coined that name. But anyways, the stuff that, depending on whatever age you are, the stuff that was on the roads when you were a kid, you kind of now have, ideally, hopefully, the expendable cash flow to be able to get one yourself that you never were able to get back in the day, and you still like it. So 80s and 90s cars are starting to come back in vogue, and when that's happening, that means they're getting more expensive. And everything comes back in vogue too. It's like I don't know if you've seen all the like chicks that walk around with like those stupid high-waisted pants that are from the 70s and all that stuff. Even mullets are coming back. It's ridiculous. That was never a good style haircut, even though I did have a mullet back then, but it wasn't really like the hillbilly bullshit Billy Ray Cyrus kind of mullet. It was more like the fabulous feathered hair of MacGyver. That was my style mullet. But those are coming back now too, which is fitting. So people with mullets can now drive around in their third gen F-bodies and rock out to some, I don't know, White Snake or Motley Crue. What's that other one? Anyways, whatever. So that goes without saying, if you guys have any interest in older cars and you have the money, get them now before they start getting priced out, way out of hand, so you can't afford them now. Now, for all the people that will be getting some older cars are generally going to need more maintenance items to get them up to date or at least drivable nowadays. So, I mean, one of the easier things that we'll end up having to do because they have a certain lifespan is bulbs. You got to replace bulbs. I'm just going to show you today how to remove the taillight housing and how to replace some bulbs. So this process is pretty much similar for third and fourth gens. Just what you kind of got to do on the inside to reach the things is just looks a little bit different. But other than that, it's pretty much the same. It's pretty much a two-tool job. You will need a Torx bit, T15 Torx bit, to get out the the license plate light right there, T15. And pretty much any Torx bit on third gens is a T15, as opposed to newer cars that have everything else. And then you will need, for the inside here, these sort of screws here, you'll need either your biggest rimmed or bladed flat blade screwdriver to try and not destroy these things, or what works even better than that, really, is just a coin. The coin fits in there much better than having to worry about damaging these with a screwdriver, because a screwdriver, if it slips, will tear these up. And I think you can probably get them remade now or remanufactured, so you can replace them. But there was, for a while, the only place you could get them was at a junkyard. This is the color of what it used to be interior wise in here, and now you can see how it's how much it's faded. So there's the color of the screw, what it should have been, and this is what it currently is now. We'll address that in a future video. But yeah, the process is really easy. We have this rear panel here. I just got to undo my T-top strap for my bag, which if you don't have T-tops, you don't have to worry about that. I get that there, unhook that off of those hooks. Go in here, unhook that off. Reaching across. Okay. And you'll take your coin or your screwdriver and you'll just undo these screws here. They're plastic screws. They are pretty long. So you just do that. There's 4 of them. And all we're going to take out is the center hatch panel right here. If you have your hatch light that's supposed to kick on whenever the hatch is opened up, you'll have to pop that out in a minute, but mine, as you can see, fell out. So we're not going to have to worry about that. So there's one screw out. Okay, oh, there goes out of my hand. I will take out the other one down here and then 2 on the other side over there, and I'll be right back. All right, those are out. 2 of them were replaced with blue at one point in time. Or at least this. Oh yeah, well these came out of a car with a bluer interior. I forgot to mention that you will also need a Phillips head screwdriver for the screws right here. There you can see right there on top of the panel. Maybe 1 or 2 depending on the year. And this just kind of holds it into the bracket back here where the, I guess you call it the striker is, to latch it and lock it. I'll pull it, take it here, we lift up and just pull right out. This one side, the one edge slides into the passenger side, the other outside driver's side just pops on there, so you just kind of pull it out, slide it over like that, and comes out. And this right here is supposed to be for my actual remote latch disconnect right here. If you have one of the hatches, let me get around this, I'll make it a little easier. If you have one of the hatches that has the automatic pull down, this is, you just remove this to get it to get access to this area as well. And the pull down motor is actually, if I remember correctly, mounted behind this. It's kind of on the inside. They tend to die a lot and they're heavy as shit. But this is the plug for my light there, the ground, and then this runs through my latch release from inside on the center console, and that currently does not work, so I may look into that a little later on. Doesn't really matter so much to me. So now you have on the back of your lights, on the back side, tail lights right out here, you have wing nut, and then right here a wing nut, and then another one right up here at the top. Now you don't need to necessarily do this. You can, if you want to, remove the side panel as well. It's another 2 screws right there, and then this just kind of comes out and slides out of the way. This panel you would remove if you wanted to get to your spare tire, which is a donut, and a jack, which is nice because you don't even get spare tires nowadays. But that's where you would access that. Depending on how kind of skinny your hands are or whatever, you can just kind of reach your hand through here and twist it. It's right, I'm touching right there, my finger's not far. So up to you whether or not you want to remove the other panel or not. It's no big deal. Get this out of the way. I don't need to do that. I'll get it later. Okay, so now you would take, before you want to take this out, we want to remove the tag light. And it's T15 Torx. Undo that. So if you just need to replace your tag light, this is all you would do. You wouldn't have to take anything from inside. So this comes out, and you just take and you twist, and it pops right out of the lens. And I believe the number on this is a 194. I need a new tripod. I believe this is a 194 bulb, and I think these ones are inside are 3057, 3157s. You have to verify that. I don't need to replace my bulbs right now, but I'm just doing this to show you what to do. So now we'll reach in here and screw. And these ones, depending on how long they've been on here, you may actually need like a pair of channel locks to grip these screws, these wing nuts, and break them free. Lighting isn't the best. That, yeah, see, this one's already broken.
It's broken.
This one's already broken, so I will actually need to get either a pair of channel locks, or you can fit a socket on here if it's broken. Let me figure out what that socket is and get right back. So for a 2-tool job, in case you need an extra tool, right there you can see that it is a 7/16 size plastic bolt here. If the wings strip out and you can no longer grip it with your finger, like has happened down here, they have broken off. So it's just 7/16 ratchet. And then, depending how old this is, this may break. And now the ratchet no longer works. And now I'll go grab the pair of channel locks to get this off. Okay, adding yet another tool to the 2-tool job. Channel locks, or vice grips, or whatever you need to be able to grip it. Just to grab it on there and twist it off. I opened that up a little too far. There we go. So needless to say, I will need to get me a new one of these wing nut bolts. But anyways, God, it's so hard to do this holding the camera. So now it's open too far again. All right. Okay. All right. Slowly, oh, there we are. Slowly but surely, the aging plastic is coming off. So, this is just the reality of older cars. We buy older cars, shit breaks. All right, this is just what you may have to deal with. Get that off enough. Okay, and twist it. Also, too, one of the big problems with these is that they got this sticky ass butylene or whatever the hell it is on here to try and keep these from leaking. Sometimes they can leak through here. It's not so much a problem. If you have the hatch weather stripping, it really shouldn't get behind it. As you can see, all that sticky kind of RTV butylene bullshit. And you see the threads there? Oh, wait, no, there it is. There, you see that? So that's what's causing the problems. Hopefully these ones come out a little easier. Oh, this one's already broken on this side. So let's try a ratchet on this and see if it comes off. Oh, there we go. That one's broken too. Okay. So, I'm going to use my pliers. Obviously, it's very difficult to use while on camera. I'm going to take these off and then I'll be right back. Okay, I removed the spare tire cover to get access to it since I need to get a pair of pliers in there. And then I also forgot there is a fifth one right back, right here in the corner. So, of the five nuts there, we can see that 2 survived, 3 of them have broken. And this is just the reality of old cars, people. So don't get too attached to trying to save a lot of things, especially plastic parts. They can and will break. All right, so now you can go around the outside and just grab the light and try and yank it out. I would recommend kind of pushing here from the inside first to make sure that these are all broken kind of free before we just go yanking on something that is already having a propensity for everything else to break. Okay, so I'm going to come out this side. And you want to try and pull it as straight as possible. Push that with my finger. There we go. Okay. And everything is much easier with 2 hands. I have to say that every time I'm filming a video where it looks like I'm struggling with stuff. Not everything does cause a struggle. But let me set up my tripod and see if it makes it a little easier. Okay, there we go. You have to do your best to pull it out straight because since the screws are so far on each side, you pull one side out, the screw just kind of angles in and wants to grab onto the hole. So this is it. You want to make sure your weather stripping is still going to be there when you go to reinstall it. And all of these plug sockets here, you just pinch the tab here, turn to the left, pop it out. And make sure the backup light comes out of the bottom where it goes in over here. Then you also have a little side marker light, which is also 194, I believe. Twists and pulls out. Okay, there. Your lens is now out. If you're wanting to like smoke these lenses or do whatever you want to do, or you got to fix something that was broken. As you can see, I already fixed this one time because again, I have kids and they break everything. So my kid came through and took and just pushed on the light and push it through and snap this off. So I had to JB weld that tab back together so I have a mounting point for it. Really, really, really think really hard about if you want kids or not. Just saying. Okay, so now that you have these out, the 194 bulbs, they just slide right in and right out like that. If it's any sort of the dual filament bulbs, which this one's getting close to burning out. It's dark there. I don't know if you'll be able to see. Well, let me see. These bulbs just twist like a quarter turn. This bulb is dead.
Son of a bitch!
Socket. So just turn into me showing you how to do it. Now I actually have to do it. Okay. So this bulb is fucked. The socket here, you should just be able to grab and twist it to the left. Calamity of disasters. So if you've watched my video about my when I just redid the electrical, the god damn it, what the hell is it? The ignition control module, the heat, how it can heat soak, and they have like the high temperature grease. And I said don't use dielectric grease. This reason right here is why you would need dielectric grease. Okay? This socket is now stuck. This one, they should just grab the bulb, twist it, and pull it out. Just like that. You can see there's the funky ass, where are you? Funky ass dielectric grease on that one. Okay? These should twist right out. This one obviously is not. So I need to go get, well, first of all, I need to pull this out without breaking and cutting my hands up, and then I got to grab the socket and twist the socket out to get that out to swap the bulb. So I am now going to have to go run, excuse me, and get me a new bulb to put back in here. You can see that socket is fucked. Okay. Bulb out. This is a 2057. So that's what it will be for the brake lights, brake light, tail light combo. 2057. I guess 3057 for these other bulbs. Let's see if I can tell you real quick. So 2057 for the blinker bulb. Those are the, okay, so 2057s are the dual filaments. So either flashing or lighting up, or like a standard brightness and bright. It's 1156 for the backup bulb. Maybe the 3057s are in a later car. I don't know. I don't remember. Anyways, I now have to go run to get new bulbs, and then we'll be back. Okay, I'm back. You know, I thought of it on the drive to the store that I probably have some of these bulbs just laying around in my garage somewhere, but it'd probably take me all day to find them. Anyways, 2057 here, okay? So, I got two bulbs. You can usually get one bulb and replace one bulb at a time, but honestly, when it's bulbs that are on the exact same circuit, you should, if one of them goes, the other one isn't very far behind, so you just replace them at the same time. Now, get the bulb out. So if you look at the bulb here, where are you? Right there. You'll see that the lugs are staggered. In order for the bulb to function correctly, you got to make sure that you put the lugs in and down into the socket so they lock in where they need to go. They lock in the correct direction. You can actually push the bulb in 100 degrees out and turn it and lock it in, but it will not be correct and your bulb will not function correctly. What will actually happen is your taillights will burn like you have the brake pedal on. So it will be extra bright and you won't actually have any brake lights at that point in time. So make sure you pay attention to the way you are twisting them in. Right here, God, I'm standing in a different direction. I'm putting dielectric grease on here. All right. Funk it up nicely. If you have too much dielectric grease in the your connector, you may want to clean it out. Use a toothpick or something. Try not to use something metal since these are electrical contacts. Now let's see which way. Okay, so I'll need to go in this way here. Push down and tighten, and there it is. That's how you replace a bulb. Okay, so these are incandescent bulbs. They make replacement LED bulbs that fit into the style socket. At this point in time, I don't know which, if any of those are good at all. I tried replacing these bulbs with, well, not in this car, in my white car, I tried replacing all these bulbs with kind of like the first run of LEDs. But what it was is the bulb itself kind of stopped here, and all the LEDs were sitting on this end, facing just straight out. And the lights sit directly behind this black stripe, so it really didn't light up anything at all. So I had to replace them back with incandescents. They have different style LED bulbs now that should, you know, instead of lighting the light directionally, light it out around so it lights up the whole socket. I don't know which ones I would recommend for that. I have no experience, so I'd have to look into that at some point in the future, but not concerned with it right now. So I'm just going to take and put the sockets back in here, twist them back in so they line up and lock. And they're just little, I don't know if you'd even call them, they're not even real quarter turns, they're like a sixth turn to get them to lock in. And then the map light goes up, not the map light, the tag light goes up through here and out. Make sure you do that before you put this back in, or then you just be pulling it back out again. All right, line these up. All of them. Make sure you're not pinching any of the wires. And slide that in. And now you will just go put the nuts back on, tighten those down, reinstall the paneling on the inside, and you're done. So since this bulb burnt out, I'm now going to go through the process on the other side, replacing it over there, and then I'm going to call it a day. I just love when projects that were supposed to be short turn into something much longer, because you got to go track something down. This is just supposed to be a demo of how to do it, not actually my bulb is broken. I didn't even know it was doing that, but I guess that helped me out. So all right guys, like I said, if you like your old cars and you have the money, get your old cars now. They're just going to get more and more expensive. When you do get an old car, be prepared to have to deal with a lot of broken stuff, because stuff gets old and it breaks. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright guys, that is all I got for you today. So like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. If you have any questions or anything you would like to see on F-bodies, third gen F-bodies, like going forward, like if you have a request, I may be able to make a video and help you out. I have plans of what I'm going to do with my cars here, but don't have the funds quite yet. So if there's any things you have, you would need like maybe extra advice on, I could probably help you out and make a video until I get the funds to do what I want to do with the cars. But all right guys, that's all I got. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll see you next time. Every goddamn nut on the other side broke. Gotta love getting old.